The Kansas City Chiefs stand at a pivotal crossroads in their storied history, teetering between cementing their status as an immortal dynasty in NFL lore or slipping into the inevitable decline that eventually consumes every championship empire. As the 2025 NFL season dawns, Kansas City enters with both the crown of defending AFC champions and the weight of being perhaps the most scrutinized and doubted contender in the league. The Patrick Mahomes era has been nothing short of extraordinary. When the young prodigy first seized the reins as starting quarterback, few could have envisioned the meteoric ascent that would follow. In February 2020, the Chiefs ended a half-century championship drought with a dramatic Super Bowl triumph over the San Francisco 49ers. A breakthrough moment that ignited what many believed would be an era of prolonged dominance. Since that milestone, the Chiefs have established themselves as the premier powerhouse of professional football. Appearing in 5 Super Bowls over 6 seasons has placed them in rarefied company, standing shoulder to shoulder with the greatest dynasties in sports history. Comparisons to the New England Patriots' legendary run under Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are inevitable. Yet Kansas City's accelerated success arguably shines even brighter. The numbers themselves tell a story of relentless supremacy. 3 Lombardi trophies in 5 trips to the grand stage, a success rate that most franchises can only dream of. More than participants, the Chiefs have been dominant architects of the moment, consistently finding ways to rise above when the stakes are highest. Mahomes has etched his name as one of the most clutch performers in all of sports, thriving under pressure and turning critical moments into masterpieces. But the journey has not been without turbulence. The 2024 season ended in gut-wrenching heartbreak as the Chiefs fell to the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 58. The 42-20 defeat was a shocking collapse on football's grandest stage. The team that had built its identity on late-game heroics looked outmatched and overwhelmed against an Eagles squad that executed with surgical precision. That loss exposed troubling cracks. An offense once feared as unstoppable began to sputter, explosive plays dwindled, and opponents exploited vulnerabilities that had quietly emerged. Yet true champions respond to adversity. In 2025, the Chiefs rebounded with one of their most resilient and dominant regular seasons, finishing with a 15-2 record. Their chemistry remained intact, their leadership unshaken, and their focus razor sharp. The ultimate test came in the AFC Championship, where they once again toppled their fiercest rival, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. That victory reinforced the Chiefs' psychological stranglehold over Buffalo and proved that their championship DNA still pulses strong. The continued presence of Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce provides a foundation few franchises can replicate. Reid's offensive ingenuity continues to bewilder defenses, while his steady adjustments in high-stakes moments remain a hallmark of success. Kelce, with his unrivaled reliability and galvanizing leadership, remains the heartbeat of the locker room and a critical pillar of the dynasty. Still, pressing questions linger. Can Kansas City sustain this reign of dominance, or are the first shadows of decline already beginning to creep in? The rumors of Travis Hunter joining the Kansas City Chiefs have sent shockwaves through the entire NFL world. Even before any official deal is signed, fan forums and sports talk shows are buzzing nonstop. Just imagine it. The most explosive two-way college football star teaming up with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid's offensive mastermind system. The offense was already deadly, but now, with Hunter's potential on both sides of the ball, defensive coordinators are already losing sleep. Chiefs fans are packing Arrowhead Stadium like the Lombardi Trophy is being lifted tonight, waving red and gold flags in pure excitement, Adding Hunter to the Mahomes-Kelce duo is like inserting a cheat code into the league. Need a deep threat? He's got it. Need a clutch defensive play? He's got that too. And the craziest part, he's only 22. His ceiling? Practically limitless. NFL analysts are saying, this move will reshape the league. Rival defensive coaches? Still searching for answers. Hunter's athleticism and football IQ fit the Chiefs' system so perfectly that Vegas odds have already shifted. Some sports books are placing Kansas City as the Super Bowl 59 favorite before a single down is played. Even inside the locker room, the energy is off the charts. Kelce says, when this kid steps on the field, you can feel the electricity, while Mahomes added, getting a weapon like Travis changes everything. He's going to flip the game. In short, Travis Hunter's potential move to the Chiefs isn't just a headline. It's a dynasty-defining moment, and if this deal goes through, calling them championship favorites might just be an understatement. Chiefs Kingdom, buckle up. The 2025 season is about to make history. The Chiefs ranked 27th in the league in explosive plays per dropback, managing to gain more than 15 yards, only 6.2% of the time. That's not championship caliber production, especially for a team with Patrick Mahomes at the helm. The only teams worse in that category, the Browns, Giants, Patriots, Dolphins, and Bears, all of whom were watching the playoffs from their couches. The numbers get more alarming, just 6.7 yards per attempt, firmly in the league's lower tier. Only 42 passing plays of 20-plus yards, 6th worst in the NFL. And only 4 passing plays of 40-plus yards, tied for 2nd worst in the entire league. Their longest pass of the season, a modest 54 yards, 3rd worst league-wide. Stats like that don't win rings. They get coordinators fired and postseason dreams shattered. But here's why Rashee Rice changes the equation entirely. This young phenom has a rare blend of explosiveness, precision, and football IQ. He can turn a 5-yard slant into a 50-yard sprint. He separates deep downfield. He improvises when plays break down. And that is exactly the kind of player Kansas City was sorely missing last season. The chemistry he shares with Mahomes, it was already forming in those first 4 games before the injury. Timing, trust, rhythm, all showing flashes of something truly special. And while Mahomes has elevated many receivers, Rice is one of the few with the talent to elevate Mahomes right back. That kind of mutual synergy is how you build dynasties, break records, and win Super Bowls. See, when you're the Kansas City Chiefs, and you've scaled to the NFL summit multiple times, every decision is scrutinized under a microscope, like an insect pinned in a lab. Every draft pick, every free agent signing, every trade, it all matters. Because the margin for errors narrows to razor-thin levels when you're trying to sustain greatness. And that's precisely where we find ourselves today, discussing a move that could define the next decade of Chiefs football. The 2025 NFL Draft came and went, and while most fans were laser-focused on the flashy top picks, something intriguing was brewing down at pick number 32. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pick 32? And that's just the last pick of the first round. What's the big deal? Let me tell you, that mindset is exactly why so many people miss the forest for the trees when it comes to constructing championship rosters. True dynasties aren't built on just the top 5 picks that everybody obsesses over on social media. They're forged in the fire of identifying hidden gems where others see risk, spotting raw talent where others see question marks, and having the guts to make bold decisions when the stakes are sky high. And that's precisely what Kansas City did when they stepped up to the podium and announced their selection. The name that echoed through the draft was Josh Simmons, an offensive tackle from Ohio State University. Now, before you roll your eyes and mutter, another offensive lineman. How thrilling. Let me break down why this pick could either be the steal of the draft or the haunting misstep that shadows this franchise for years. The aging process is inescapable in professional sports, and several of Kansas City's cornerstone contributors are no longer performing at the height of their prime. The blazing speed that once defined their offensive juggernaut has given way to a more calculated, methodical approach, one that remains effective, but lacks the sheer, awe-inspiring explosiveness that once made them the NFL's must-watch spectacle. At the same time, the AFC landscape has transformed dramatically since the Chiefs first seized control of the conference. A new wave of elite quarterbacks has risen to challenge Kansas City's crown. Joe Burrow in Cincinnati and Lamar Jackson in Baltimore have emerged as formidable superstars, with rosters meticulously constructed to dethrone the reigning dynasty. The Cincinnati Bengals, in particular, have proven to be one of Kansas City's greatest adversaries. Their razor-thin overtime triumph in the 2021 AFC Championship revealed both the talent and mental toughness necessary to battle at the sport's highest level. Burrow's unshakable, calm, and clutch DNA have drawn inevitable comparisons to Mahomes, setting the stage for what could become a decade-long rivalry that defines an era. Meanwhile, Buffalo continues to evolve under the leadership of Josh Allen. Despite enduring repeated heartbreak against the Chiefs in the postseason, the Bills have remained perennial contenders, pushing Kansas City to their absolute limits. Allen's rare blend of cannon arm strength and dangerous mobility makes him one of the most threatening quarterbacks in the league, while Buffalo's aggressive defensive schemes have frequently disrupted Kansas City's offensive rhythm. Then there are the Baltimore Ravens, perhaps the most intriguing challenger of all. Lamar Jackson's one-of-a-kind dual-threat ability, combined with the Ravens' bruising, physical style, creates matchup nightmares that force Kansas City out of its comfort zone. Baltimore's defense, long regarded as one of the NFL's most punishing units, has the personnel to derail the Chiefs' precision-timed passing attack, testing the very foundation of Andy Reid's offensive system. Internally, concerns about Kansas City's own offense have only grown louder. The once automatic highlight reel plays now feel forced, and their red zone efficiency has dipped noticeably from its peak. Though subtle, these statistical declines point to the undeniable impact of time. Complicating matters further, the suspension looming over wide receiver Rashee Rice threatens to remove one of Mahomes' most dependable weapons, placing additional strain on offensive coordinator Matt Nagy and the coaching staff. The absence of a reliable target forces recalibration, and even the slightest disruption can fracture the delicate chemistry required for championship-caliber execution. As the 2025 season opener against the Los Angeles Chargers looms, the Chiefs face an unfamiliar reality. Their supremacy is being openly questioned despite their remarkable track record. Oddsmakers have listed Kansas City as only a 3-point favorite, a modest line that reflects genuine skepticism about whether this team still possesses the capacity to dominate. The Chargers, meanwhile, present a daunting first test. Los Angeles has invested heavily in both defensive talent and coaching, building a unit widely projected to rank among the league's elite. Their ability to generate relentless quarterback pressure and blanket passing lanes could expose any lingering cracks in Kansas City's retooled offense. The stakes of that opening showdown cannot be overstated. A commanding victory would instantly silence critics and reaffirm Kansas City's status as the team to beat in the AFC. But a flat, uninspired performance could magnify existing doubts and shift the spotlight toward hungry contenders like Cincinnati, Buffalo, or Baltimore. The Chiefs' legacy and place in NFL history now hang in the balance. Can Mahomes and company prove that their championship window remains wide open, or will the 2025 season mark the first chapter of their decline. What's your take on Kansas City's chances this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more Chiefs coverage. Football Crown.